Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So, December is here. We're entering the final weeks of 2020, which I'm sure a lot of people are very happy about. And as you can see, getting festive. It's about that time of year. And we also have a little Fallout 76 news today. We're looking at an update to Camp Shelters. We also have a double score event running this week, and a little bit of information coming out of the Atomic Shop, which we're going to take a look at because it also ties into the other stuff as well. So, let's jump in, shall we? Okay then, so yeah, finally into the run-up to Christmas. We've got a lot of cool things coming up in the next few weeks, apart from Christmas itself, which I'm looking forward to. Hope we can have a bit of downtime there as well. We've got Cyberpunk in 9 days or so, I believe it is, which should be absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to streaming that. And the next few events coming up in Fallout 76. So, on that note, first and foremost, we have just concluded the Hunt for the Treasure Hunter event with some somewhat mixed results. Definitely some tweaking to be done on the RNG there, in my opinion. But yeah, that was fun. Good to have a good week to have a crack at that. But moving forward, we have, beginning today, a new double score week, which is running through until next Monday. So for those of you who haven't yet finished Armor Ace and the Power Patrol, current season, you've got double score this week to hopefully get you through those last few ranks, and a regular week coming up afterwards, from what I understand as well, before the whole thing resets and Season 3 begins in mid-December. So that's very, very cool. On top of that, we also have some news about Camp Shelters. Camp Shelters are being updated a little bit today due to the early release of Steel Dawn. We only had the one shelter available when the expansion came out. So that was the Vault Utility Room, the free room that we all start off with. You have to head over to a train station, pick up the quest for that one, or you can head directly to Vault 51 up in the extreme northwest corner of the map, and head on into basically the Vault Utility Room itself, and claim your shelter from there. At that point, it opens up in the Atomic Shop, and you can begin claiming the other ones, which should be live by the time this video goes up. They should be live now. So if you do want to pick up one of those, you can do. They do, of course, have an atom cost, however. That being said, of course, the Vault Lobby is available to Fallout First players for the next month or so, I believe it is, for free. Let me just double check that one. So yes, we have a tweet from Jeff Gardner, the project lead on 76, that says the Vault Lobby will go onto the Atomic Shop today for Fallout First members, which we knew it was going to do first, and then it will become available for the rest of us to purchase on the 15th of December, so 2 weeks from now. At the same time, the new season starts, which is cool. Makes sense to have everything sort of updating around then. I imagine there'll be a small patch around about then, or something roughly equivalent to a hotfix, which is cool. And alongside that, we also have the Vault Atrium, which is available right now for everybody to pick up for, I believe it's 1,800 atoms. So we'll take a little look at that in a bit more detail in just a moment when we have a look at the Atomic Shop. That is available if you want to pick it up. Obviously, as I'm sure you guys know, that will be the largest of the 3 shelters that are available at the moment. We've got more coming in the future, so probably the early part of next year. But for now, those are available, which is very, very cool. And one other thing we have before we jump into the Atomic Shop, for those who didn't see it yesterday, Bethesda released a new trailer, which is leading into the next update for Fallout 76, which will be Fractured Steel. If you haven't actually completed Steel Dawn, I strongly recommend not watching that trailer, as it does spoil one of the rather large pieces of that content, a part of that story. So I'd play through it first before you watch the trailer, but it's very, very cool, and it builds on the conclusion of Steel Dawn and leads into what will be the next chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel story. Obviously, things have changed with the release schedule and so on and so forth, but the general idea was that Steel Dawn was going to come out a little bit early and give us a lead into the larger Brotherhood story, which is why it's quite a short update. So it won't take very long to get through. I think it took me about 10 hours doing it on stream and not really rushing it. So if you're on your own without distractions, then you will probably get through it in around about 8 hours or so the first time, probably less after that. So I would recommend going through that and then watching the trailer, but it's over on Bethesda's YouTube channel if you want to check it out there, or you can find it on social media as well. They are sharing it liberally, so do watch out for that if you don't want the spoilers, but it's very cool nonetheless. Pretty good trailer, as Bethesda usually do, so worth a look once you've got through that particular piece of story content. So, let's have a little look at the Atomic Shop and see what's going on there as a little addition to what we've already covered and a few extra bits and pieces. Before we jump straight into that, we've actually got a little news on the news page on the front of the game here. As we can see, the Brotherhood Recruitment Bundle, which was due to come out with the launch of Steel Dawn, which was meant to be today, is now available on Bethesda.net. You'll need to head over there. Obviously, that's got a few items you can't pick up anywhere else. This is a paid-for bundle with the real-world money as opposed to in-game currencies. So there is that to bear in mind, but it's got a few cool Brotherhood-themed bits and pieces in it. So as we can see here, we've got a kind of guard tower thing going on here. This thing's quite large, so we'll get a decent look at that in the next few days. I think I'll probably be picking this up and doing a build with it before too long. So do watch out for that on the channel. But yeah, we've got the very, very cool-looking tower here with Brotherhood logos, and it looks pretty formidable. Interesting to see what I can come up with to do with that, because that thing looks pretty complete as it is. So very interesting. It looks like it might open up though, which is cool. Might give us a little bit of room to play with it. We also have a power armor skin, which is, whoops, in keeping with the current Brotherhood vibe. We've actually got the Brotherhood logo on it, and a bit of an urban stroke desert stroke kind of Appalachian wasteland camo vibe going on there. So that's quite cool if you like the kind of camouflage scheme for your power armor, and you want the current version of the Brotherhood of Steel logo with a red detail on it on your power armor. There it is. You can pick that up as part of this bundle. We also have a couple of other bits and pieces. A stash box, which is in the form of a cupboard. I think that's a stash box anyway. An icon. We have a guard post, which is Brotherhood branded and in keeping with the rest of their style. So that's cool. Very, very militaristic looking thing. Looks like it's a collapsible one, though. Whether or not it'll actually be collapsible, we'll have to find out. And we have a new backpack, which is sort of a comms unit, but functions like any other backpack. It's a skin for that. So that's what we've got in this little bundle. If you'd like to pick it up, head over to Bethesda Net. You can find it there. As I say, I'll be picking it up, and we'll probably have a look at that in a build before too much longer. So, Atomic Shop. So first and foremost here, we see the Vault Atrium Shelter. This is the new shelter, the big one, that is available to everyone. If you have Fallout first, you'll also see the lobby on here. The rest of us will be getting that in 2 weeks, as I said before. So 1,800 atoms, 1,800. That's quite a bit. But when we compare it to some of the other stuff, let's have a quick look around and see what we've got. So the Catwalk bundle here, if you want basically bridges in... Ooh, it's got a corner on it. I like that. I might have to pick this up. Crikey, that's expensive. A Vault-themed Catwalk bundle, anyway. So it's only slightly more expensive than that. So we'll have a look at this in a moment. What else have we got on here? So... Survivors bundle is also 1,800. Let's have a quick gander at what's in here. So you've got quite a lot in here. So it's comparable in cost to some of the larger bundles from the look of this, which is fair enough. Not that much more than some of the power armor skins, so probably quite a reasonable price really there, I think. I wouldn't think I'd expect them to be dirt cheap, because after all, these are quite big pieces of content for them to produce, so I think 1,800 is reasonable. If I go much above that, I'd be a bit disappointed, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So, that is the Vault Atrium. Obviously, we've all seen it before. We can see a few stills of it here. Definitely the largest. I do like the corridor in particular. Odd thing to pick out, I know, but it's very cool. And we have the Overseer's office there. And a few pictures of what Bethesda did with the place, which apparently isn't a vast amount. But there we go. Doesn't overly contaminate anybody's ideas, so that's cool. And what does that work out to in IRL money then? So 1,800. So we're looking at somewhere between 8 and 16. So probably around about the equivalent of £14 for the large shelter there. So that's not too terrible. Certainly not a massive amount of atoms required. Only you get change out of the 16. Obviously you got the 400 bonus, but it's not really much of a bonus because it's always there. So yeah, pretty reasonable. Around about the £14 mark. I think I'm, compared with everything else that's in the store, I think I'm okay with that. Obviously to each to their own. They have to decide whether or not that's a worthwhile expenditure for yourself. Oh, we've got a new carpet set. That's cool. I like this. This is a bit more interesting, some of them. And ooh, not very well lined up there. I hope you can rotate it so it does line up. That's a bit better. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the colour scheme, but it's cool. I do like this purple one. That's very, very nice. Certainly if you're building a nice cosy home, that'll work well. And another geometric print there. So 500 for a few carpet styles. That's not too bad. Utility wall shelf. Nice. We've been needing some wall shelves for a while, so that's cool. New light set, fluorescent light set. So we've got some circular ones and some long ones. Looks like these go in camps or shelters. Cool. Good to know. And some illuminated vault signs, which we've seen in previous footage from Bethesda, so it's cool to see that. Definitely welcome for those who are building vault-themed shelters. A new potted tree. Always up for a few more decorations. My atom's going to get cleaned out quite quickly with some of this. Have a look at this shelter bundle then, the Catwalk bundle. So there's a fair few bits on here. Okay, catwalk, you close the shelf, illuminated vault signs, the potted tree, whole load of all the flooring as well, and the lights as well. Okay, so that's not so bad. It looks initially like it's going to be a bit overpriced, but it's actually quite a lot in here, so that's not so bad. I'm feeling a bit better about this now, upon actually seeing a bit more about that. That's quite cool. Got the full set of everything that is loose on the front page here, apart from the lunchboxes. I know we have mixed feelings about this. I'm not completely sold on lunchboxes in the Atomic Shop, but again, it's not like you can't get them in-game for in-game currency, and frankly, there's nothing to stop you not using them at all, so it's not a big deal. I don't like it much, but I don't think it's a really big deal. And so, camp stuff coming back. We've got, doing that, whole load of stuff we've seen before, all of which I already have. The watermill's always cool, definitely worth picking up. So, a few of the greatest hit bundles. Again, that's stuff we've all seen before. Mothman Cultist 1. There might even be something I actually want in here. And the price has come down. This is a recent adjustment with Steel Dawn. The prices change based on what you already own from the bundle, the discount bundle. So, there's a couple of bits I haven't got in there. There's a table. And it's actually crossing it off at the bottom, which is quite cool. So, I don't have one of the altars, a smoke machine, a couple of bits of the furniture, and a desk lamp, so I'm still not in a tearing rush to pick that up. There's some other bits and pieces there as well. Stuff that's leaving soon. So I've got the Secret Service backpack, some black paint for your Pip-Boy, the Revolutionary paints, that's the Free States Power Armor paints. Not really my style, but that's quite cool. And a few other bits and pieces down here as well. And the free and special offer stuff. So we have the Casino Wallpaper set has come back. Mixed feelings about that. Some of those are better than others. So there we go. You can grab that if you want. That's presumably on offer. I would imagine that's not free, being as the Camp Shelters poster is the freebie, which we will pick up seeing as we can while we're here. Very, very nice. Little poster. I'm always happy to have extra bits of decoration, because they do very much bring life to a camp. So there we go. All the Atomic Shop stuff there. The Shelter stuff being the big new stuff. The Shelter Catwalk bundle's not so bad, actually, given the amount of stuff in it. I'm pretty pleased with that. And yeah, again, I'm reasonably comfortable with 1,800 atoms for something as large as the Vault Atrium. The really big question right now for me is what price will they put on, say, the slightly smaller ones? The lobby, for example, being a bit smaller than the Atrium. Hopefully that will be somewhere a bit cheaper, maybe 1,500, 1,600, something like that. And subsequent ones on down the line, hopefully those will be a bit cheaper as well. So we'll have to see what happens, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully we'll get a bit more news on that. So, all in all, very, very cool. So yeah, not a vast amount of news today, but some interesting bits and pieces, some cool stuff in the Atomic Shop if you are considering picking some of that up, and the latest shelters out. And if you're still running through Armor Ace, do jump in and take advantage of that double score while you can. Not least of all because that last power armor at rank 100, pretty sweet. I like that a lot. So, there we go. There we have a little update. I do hope you folks found that useful and informative. If you did, please do consider dropping likes and subs. It is hugely, hugely appreciated. Numbers doing very well in the run-up to Christmas, so it would be nice to hit a new milestone before the end of the year. So, if you haven't already, please do consider that. Social media links down below, along with the merch store if you're interested in supporting the channel in that way, and channel memberships also available down below on the blue join button as well. Very, very much appreciated the support in that direction as well. Massive thanks to everybody who's done that. And if you get a chance, do join us for the live streams as well, coming up over the next few weeks. We're wrapping up Horizon Zero Dawn. If you want to catch up on that, there is a playlist on the channel as well. And there's a new Steel Dawn playlist as well, which we are also playing through. We actually finished our first run-through last night, so we'll be picking up with another character in a couple of days. But if you do want to catch up on that, playlist again on the channel. So do hope you check those out. For now, I will say a massive thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.